My name is Professor Eddie Holmes. I work at the University of Sydney, and my work focuses on the evolution of viruses. So ever since I was a child in high school, I've been fascinated by human evolution, particularly trying to understand how the human species got to where it is today. Over the past 30 years, my work has focused on trying to understand how viruses evolve. In particular, I've been interested in trying to understand how viruses are able to jump from one animal species to another, like humans, and then start to cause an epidemic. My research has allowed me to understand viruses like HIV, the cause of AIDS, Ebola, dengue, and Zika. So my research on what became known as COVID-19 began in early January 2020, after my colleagues in China rapidly generated the complete genome sequence of the virus that causes that disease. And I was then able to publish that genome sequence online, and that allowed researchers globally to download that sequence and use it to generate COVID tests and COVID vaccines. Releasing the genome sequence of the virus online was a critical moment in the COVID-19 pandemic, and it really marked the start of a scientific response to the virus. My goal now is to try and stop a pandemic like COVID-19 ever happening again. So what COVID-19 has told us is that viruses do not respect international borders. And because of that, it's critical that scientists internationally collaborate as much and as freely as possible. To receive the Prime Minister's Prize for Science is an amazing recognition, not just to me, but for all my collaborators and colleagues in Australia and other countries who've helped build a network to understand how diseases like COVID-19 appear and spread in our population. The key thing about being a scientist is to be curious every day. And it's that curiosity that's rewarded every day because you discover new things. Science is the best way we have as a species of countering some of the major problems that face us. And that's been shown perfectly with COVID-19. Because of scientists, vaccines were developed within months of the virus first being discovered. If it wasn't for science, we would be in a far worse position now with COVID than we are.